morning guys. Once again it's the following day. What we're probably going to do is put 2 or 3 days videos together all in one video to make a decent length one. I'm doing today. Still awaiting parts, as you know, because I'm a tight ass and I always order parts from China. They take forever to get here, so these things tend to get drawn out and delayed. So what we're going to do, right, we are going to refit that cover plate there, because we have fitted the new neutral switch and it is working. We are going to take that front wheel off. A, because it needs cleaning. B, because it's binding. I've got to do the caliper as well. And C, it appears to have a slow puncture, so we'll do the old-fashioned chuck it in a bucket of water and look for bubbles. I'm hoping it might just be a valve. Yeah, so anyway, that's coming off. Caliper is binding quite badly, so that's going to be coming off, stripped and cleaned. And the mudguard, we're going to be taking that off. It is cracked and broken in places, but I've got a little idea which I'm going to try. A brand new one in the right colour is about 35 quid. You know, something I'll consider, because, you know, if you're going to be chucking a tenner's worth of filler and a tenner's worth of paint at a broken mudguard that's probably not going to be very good even when you're finished, you may have to consider buying the new one. But anyway, look, I've got a little idea where I'm going to try and repair that, and it's sort of an experiment type repair. That if it goes wrong and I trash the mudguard, you know, I tried, who cares. So yeah, let me get you set up guys. We're going to get stuck into that. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some, well, come on, where are you? Yeah, there, look, there's some fairly bad scratching and scuffing on that fork leg, so I'm going to try and sand that out. And once I've sanded that out, a little bit there as well. Yeah, we might as well be chucking a coat of paint on there. Possibly a fork seal leak there. Don't know. We'll have a look at that while we're at it. Yeah, anyway, look, let's get you set up in a stand and we'll crack on. Cheers. Right, let's start work. Just something I wanted to show you guys. I've had a couple of people, not particularly from YouTube, but from other sort of areas, saying about, you know, my predominant use of Chinese parts. Chinese parts are shit, you don't want to be putting Chinese parts on it, they won't last 5 minutes, blah de blah de blah. I just want to take a few seconds just to burst their bubble, because this Japanese Yamaha motorcycle, if we have a look on the and I don't quite know how well this is going to come out, but if we have a look on the ID plate there, it says Chongqing Jiangxi Yamaha Motorcycle Company. So yeah, anyway, enough said. Let's crack on. First job, let's get that cover plate put back on. Let's the only trouble is with cleaning that is it does make the rest of the bike look scruffy, but yeah, that's back on, new neutral switch, and that's back in place. So probably have to get Percy pressure washer on this before we're finished. The other thing I'm gonna have a problem with is that I think I'm gonna have this ready for MOT and on the road before the V5 comes back, because DVL is shit at the minute. Anyway, pop you back here so we can start getting that wheel off. Natty little rubber caps. There you go. More bodging. Is that what I think it is? don't know. I've not seen them before. Let me show you. What are they for? At first I thought they were the little tabs that you knock over to stop the nut backing off, but I'm pretty sure they're not because they're over the top of the lip there. So yeah, never seen them before. If any of you guys know, educate me. Oldie special spanner. There they are. What are they for then, guys? That one's a new one to me. One on both sides. Okay, wheel off, not much air in there. I'm just seeing how, I'm just testing how stable that is because my little granddaughter plays out in the garden and I'd hate her to pull it on top of herself. I think I will probably pop a stand under there. Now, we have 10 mils. Let's go for the Aldi special again, shall we? These often snap off on me. Them two have come loose. That one was already loose. And that one was already loose. Right, let me grab a proper 10 mil. Get you a quick look under there if we can. So I can't see the screen, to be honest, so I don't know how clear that's come out. Right, they've all come loose, so just get rounding them out. I'm not sure if that fork seal is leaking or not, but if it is so minor that I'm going to check the bounce on it, and if the bounce is there and there appears to be enough oil in it, I may just put gaiters on. Yeah, I know that's cheating, but it will get it through an MOT. What I should probably do first though is try a seal mate. I don't know if anybody has used one of them or even if you all know what they are, but they're about £6 or £7, and it's basically piece of plastic that you slide down the seal, and I'm trying to get a speedo cable out, and yeah, you sort of clean out the seals, and it often sort of stops them leaking. The only thing is, they're so simple that anybody that actually pays £6 or £7 for one is probably too much money in their hands, or they can't be bothered to get a milk cart and cut one in. That's what they are. They just look like a piece of milk carton cut out from a sorry, a piece of plastic cut out from a milk carton. So, right, this is a speedo drive. Probably wants repacking with grease, but it does work. So just to keep all my parts together as they should be, I'm going to pop that in there on the spindle in the order they come off. Do you know what? I bet you're all screaming this at me, aren't you? I have just realised what them metal tabs are for. It's kind of bloody obvious, isn't it? It's what these plastic caps hook onto. Of course. Oh dear, I am a nutter. Yeah. Yeah, obvious when you think about it. Right, next job, caliper. I'm probably going to change the fluid in this caliper anyway, because it does look a little bit on the yellow, browny yellow side. So I am going to crack off the I'm going to break the connection for the brake fluid, because it's just going to be easier, and it's going to be easier to work on the what do you call it, on the brake caliper on a bench. So it's just, yeah, yes or no, you're all shouting, why didn't you do that when you had the wheel on? Yeah, and you're right, I should have done. Oh, yep, we got it, right. And this one, this cheap little Aldi wrench here, and I did do a little review on it if you look back in my videos. It's okay, it's good. And it gets plenty of leverage. It's well made, plenty of leverage to get these big nuts off. What it isn't so good for is it's a big cumbersome old thing, so it's great for cracking the nuts like that, but it's a bit too clumsy to sort of, you know, wind them out, if you like. Now, I need a plastic bag and a cable tie. Right, plastic bag and a cable tie. So we'll undo that. Come here, bag. Right, and then we've got the oh, I was going to say a copper washer was missing then, but it isn't. Right, so that will keep the copper washers, the nut and all the parts together. Cable tie around that. That'll stop it pissing fluid all over the place as well. So let's undo these caliper nuts. And I'm going to screw them back in again so I don't lose them. The pads there, yeah, they're okay. We'll get another few mile out of them before we have to replace them. Although saying that, I don't think they're that dear. So, where are we? Right. Let's pop that caliper up on there, so we can start working on that. Mudguard, we can clean and attempt my bodge repairs on that. And where are you? There you are. The forks, we can clean them, probably give them a bit of a rub down, coat of primer, just tidy them up. Again, not going for a restore on this, but if I'm this far into it and they're looking scruffy, it'd be crazy not to. We can deal with that scuffing on the side of the caliper there. Okay, I'm going to switch off for now while I sort of tidy up a bit and put things away, and then we'll get into, what will we get into? Yeah, Mudguard, I reckon. Or should we? No, let's have a look at the puncture on that tyre, because that's going to be quick and easy. Right, bring you back soon, guys. Right, first things first, let's blow it up. This is a good little tool, this. I don't know if you use Ryobi, but they do this system called, oh shit, Ryobi1. One meaning one battery for loads of different tools. Now, I'm not sponsored by them, I've got no money off them, and I paid for this myself. I just think it's a good tool. The drills, grinders, all sorts, all running on the same battery. So I've got 3 or 4 different Ryobi tools. This little air pump's got me out the shit no end of times. So first thing we'll do is check what pressure's in there. And I did blow this up a few weeks ago. It's now showing, don't know if you could see that, 0. So we'll blow her up to 25, which is what the recommended pressure is. There we go, 25, don't know if you can see that, but if you can't, trust me, it's 25. And then, what we do, the same as what we did when we were kids with their chopper bikes, and you got your inner tube out and filled them old dear's bath up with water, and then run your inner tube round inside it. On this occasion, the bath is my wheelbarrow, and we'll pop that in there, run that round. Let's get you a bit closer. And we're just going to see if we can see any bubbles anywhere. And we're coming round to the valve now, and I am really hoping it is the valve. And I don't have enough water in there to... No, unfortunately, that valve is not leaking at all. Do we see anything anywhere else? Just going around slowly, looking for a stream of bubbles. If I don't find one, that's going to be quite a mystery as to why the damn thing went down in the first place then. Or have I been granddaughtered? Nah, she wouldn't know how to lift it down, surely. Nope, nothing. 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 And we're coming back round to the valve again. Let me just double check that valve, lay that right down. Absolutely nothing. Did I see a bubble there? No. I'm just going around one more time. Well, that's a mystery, isn't it? I'm sure I blew it up a couple of weeks ago. Maybe I didn't. Who knows? And we're coming around again, back to the valve. No, I can't find nothing. So I'm going to leave that for the time being. I'm going to check that in a week or two, or a day or two, and see if that loses pressure at all. So, right, what's next? Probably have a look at that mudguard. It's got a metal insert in there which hopefully comes out. Oh, it's riveted on. It's cracked there as well, so I've got some rivets, but I haven't got any of those big wide ones that they use here, so I'll either have to get one or get some. Nut and bolt it, or see if standard rivets will do it. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to get me drill set up. Again, it's going to be the Ryobi drill, same thing, same battery, different tool, and get a drill and see if we can get those drilled out. 1 second, cheers. Right, here we go. Let's put that caliper to one side. I don't know if it's a previous owner or a local vandal or whatever, but there you go. He's carved his initials into the mudguard, as he has the tank. Quite irritating. I can do something with this. I'm probably just going to leave the tank. I'm sure Nat's Knackers Yard will do a fantastic paint job on it, but unfortunately I don't have his skills. So rather than just end up making it look worse, it's probably best just to leave it as it is. So oh, they're coming off nice and easy. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to keep those rivet heads that are drilling off, because what I can do is put them back on and then rivet back through them again. Come on, let go. You know you want to. What else is holding it? There we go. Right, there you go. One very crusty, rusty bracket, but nothing a nice bit of Amorite won't sort out. There's our broken, knackered, cracked exhaust. Exhaust from mudguard. Pull that stay off. Using a Phillips screwdriver to try and pry it out when I should be using a flat one, but I haven't got a flat one until I will go and get one. So, right, there we go. Next thing, what I'm going to do, probably off camera, got to pull them pads off as well, haven't I, really? Yeah, we can see, we're going to have to probably glue them back on, but they are going to be in the way. I'm just going to end up buying a new mudguard in all fairness, but I'm just curious as to this little idea I've got, which I've seen on YouTube. It's not my idea, but I've seen on YouTube a little way of repairing these cracks, which I just want to try, even if it doesn't work, just so I know I've tried it. Okay, let's recycle my wheelbarrow full of water that I got here just now. I tested the tyre in. certainly going to go to a learner. I might as well have it prepped ready for him stroke. More evidence there of Sharpie pen on the top there as well, so that's almost certainly come from a breaker. So yeah, anyway, let's pop that up there to dry. I don't know what to do next. What shall I do next? I think we'll let that dry, and we'll crack on with my little bodge repair attempt, see how that goes. So again, I'm going to turn you off and I'll bring you back when I'm ready for you. Cheers. Right guys, if it's not become obvious what I'm about to try, it's very quickly going to. So as you can see, that part there is broken. That's where we're going to start. It's broken in several places, but that's where it's going to start. So what we're going to try and do, something I've seen on YouTube, and it looks easy on YouTube, soldering iron, which should have heated up now, and we are simply going to try and weld that back together. The guy on YouTube as well, I saw him feeding in like a cable tie. I don't know if you guys have ever tried gas welding. I've done quite a bit of gas welding where you heat the metal up. I haven't done it for years though, in fairness, and you feed in a filler rod to do the welding. And I've seen a guy do something similar to this, but using like a cable tie as a filler rod and sort of welding with it. But I'm just going to try melting it over and just see how that works for us. And my God, does that stink already. Now it is melting, and on the face of it, it seems to be working. And what I'm trying to do, this isn't a particularly powerful soldering iron unfortunately, but what I'm trying to do is sort of melt either side of it. I don't quite know how much of this you guys are getting, but it's difficult to film inside there. Let me tilt you down a bit. But like I said, I've got nothing to lose. The Mudguard's more or less scrap. So this is just me being curious really as to whether I can do this. Oh, that's a horrid smell. You don't. It's a good job it's not smelly vision. My welding skills are very rusty. I was actually a City and Guilds qualified welder, but we're going back 30 odd years. I certainly don't have the skills I used to have, but I can still get by. But this is something totally different. I used to thoroughly enjoy gas welding. It was so much more controllable. And MIG welding has more or less made gas welding redundant. MIG, or MAGs as they say, MIG, metal inert gas. MAGs is the same thing, metal argon gas, but it's still the same thing. And you've got MMA, manual metal arc, which commonly known as stick welding, but manual metal arc is its proper name. But like I say, MIG pretty much has taken over. So let's have a, do you know what? That actually feels quite solid. I'm not sure whether I should try and get some this side as well, or whether that's just going to make it look shit. Let's try it on the... I'll try to keep you guys in, because I've got you zoomed in, so it's easy to go out of focus. You know what, guys, this seems to be working. I really don't know how strong it is, but it's certainly, I can yank it about and it seems to do the job. But you know, even so, you have to question whether it's worth it, given that for 35 quid I can have a brand new Mudguard correctly painted in the right colour. So I don't know whether I shall continue with this, or whether just bite the bullet and stick a new Mudguard on it. Anyway, look, that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to continue on with this, see how far I get, see how strong it feels, and then I shall decide later whether it's going back on or not. I'll cut you off for now, guys. Cheers. Right, guys, I've finished that. As you can see, got a big crack all the way up there, which I've hopefully repaired, and then it goes over the top there. Crack up there on the other side, big crack that you see me start there, okay, and then a small crack on the tip of the Mudguard. So what I think I might do now is get my mouse sander out. I'm going to very vigorously sand that, and if those repairs can withstand me sanding it and flexing it and messing it about like that, then I think I may go ahead and chuck a coat of primer on it. If on the other hand it breaks, I think we'll just bin it off and buy a new one. So yeah, I think that that is, whether you should repair cracks to the extent I've repaired them using that method is probably not a good idea, but small crack in your fairing, or you know, minor repair, I think that's a viable way of doing it. So yeah, glad I tried it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to crack on and sand this, and we'll come back when there's something worth seeing. Cheers. Right, let's have a little update then. I've rubbed that down quite vigorously with quite a rough grade, and I wasn't gentle with it, twisting and flexing it and what have you. And that's held up, quite surprisingly. I need to go over that with some wet and dry, just to smooth it out a bit. This here, where I've repaired it, it is going to show through. It would benefit from a slather of filler. Again, where that grade is, it would benefit from a slather of filler. I'm not going to do that, because I think I'm just going to end up making it look worse. It's going to be a vast improvement on what it was, and that's good enough for me. I'm going to go with that. Now the forks there, I'll give them a quick coat of primer. I'm going to go over them with some wheel silver. Again, it's not going to be a fantastic finish, but it's going to be a big improvement on what it was. The greys, yeah, I've got them asked about face, but it is in there. You can still see it. I've took the worst of it out. Coat of silver on there. Won't make it disappear, but it will take your eye away from it. So yeah, that's where we are. We need to paint them up silver. Not sure it's a brake caliper yet, still got to do that. It's probably going to be my next job while I'm waiting for paint to dry, actually. So yeah, now we'll wet and dry that, give them a coat of silver, probably get you guys back when I start stripping out that brake caliper. That's it for time being, guys. See you soon. Cheers. Right, guys, update time. Forks have been painted. That's wheel silver. Not great. Does look like it has runs in it, but it really hasn't. They are runs that were under the previous paint, which I probably should have sanded down better, but I didn't. Anyway, where the runs are, it's on the back of the forks. We're just looking to improve the bike. We're not looking to do a pristine restoration here. So yeah, they're painted. What else? Oh, that's the bracket that goes under the mudguard. I'll give that one coat of Hammerite Smooth with a brush, and I will give that another one. Again, that's under the mudguard. It just needs protecting. Don't have to be pretty. Mudguard. I've given that a dusting of primer. I've wet and dried it. The marks where I've repaired it, you're going to see them. I'm making no attempt to try and hide them and do a perfect job. It is going to be black though, satin black, so that does hide a lot of sins. That hopefully will match the side panels that I've got coming, which are, actually thinking about it, they're gloss black, I think. I can't remember. We'll see how it looks when I get them on anyway. So yeah, that's done. Waiting for that to dry. They're done. Right, I think the next thing to do is probably see if we can get this all freed off and cleaned up. So that's going to be the next job. Let me just drop the legs on this camera stand and we will come back. Right, let's get into this. Brakes worked on it perfectly, in all fairness. They were a good, damn good front brake. The only reason that's come off is A, I want to change the brake fluid anyway. B, it was dragging quite bad. I think that's just through standing, to be honest with you. I don't know how long it was standing, but I understand it was standing for a while. So, 2 little R-clips there. Get that pin released. Is that it? What else? Simple enough. It is filthy in here. We got the old copper slip on the back there, so someone's done it properly. Single piston. Take the box out. If that piston's moving freely, I'm not even going to pop it out. If it's hopefully it's just this slide that's part seized, which, oh, I don't know, again it moved quite easily, so right, that piston, yeah, it does seem to be quite stiff. Let me get a hammer. Yeah, this is just a little toffee hammer. It's not going to do it, and I'm not going to hit it hard. This you shouldn't do, by the way, because you'll gall it up. In fact, I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop my compressor on, and I'm going to pop some compressed air into there, and this, of course. No, I don't want to get it on the new paint. Yeah, I'm just going to pop some compressed air in there, see if I can pop that piston out, and we'll come back to a sec. Alright, yeah, we got it out of there, but I wouldn't recommend the way I did it. It wouldn't shift at first, so I wrapped some tape around the end of the the air blower gun to sort of seal it up a bit, and I pressed it 2 or 3 times and it shot out of there like a fucking bullet and just missed me head. So yeah, don't do as I do. That's what I can say. So anyway, let's give this a damn good clean up and see if we can get this operating smoothly. I wonder if we've got some light sandpaper for that. Just to get the worst of the smeg off. I've got some copper slip. Turning a bit cloudy, guys. Alright, let's see if we can get that pop back in there and whether it will move. New seals ideally, but I haven't got any. So we'll work with what we got. Just a little hint of grease just around that seal, just to help slide this piston back in. It's not playing. Really got to be careful because I don't want to gall up those seals, because it means ordering new ones. It means me spending money, which I never like doing, but more annoying than that is it means it stays in pieces until I get the seals. So I really like to get that in if I can. Seems to start and then pops out again. There we go. She's there. And that does feel like a good seal as well. I will keep a close eye on it and make sure that isn't leaking, but there's no reason why it should. So, a bit of brake cleaner on that carrier. We're done with that. Copper grease. So a nice generous helping of copper grease on those slides. And it is all contained in rubber boots as well, so it shouldn't contaminate where it's not wanted. Okie dokie. I think that goes on next. And you can't get that wrong because there's two different size pins there, one's bigger than the other. And that's really moving smooth. Speak you properly, budget. That's moving quite smoothly. I'm just going to take the excess off there that's squidged out. Good. Right, brakes, right. Can you guys remember how these went? Because I'm buggered if I can. That must go that way. Let's get that clean. Yeah, that's got to be it. Hang on, I think we've got to get the other one in first. You knew that and didn't tell me, didn't you? You just let me find out the hard way. So, in there. What have I done with it? There it is. That one in there. And then the pin. Let's get that to clean up as well. So this two holes in that pin. You don't know if you can see them, but one at the top, one at the bottom. Can't remember which way in it went though. Did it go that way? Or did it go the other way? Does it even matter? I might have to look back at the footage. I think it went that way. But I'm not sure. So I will check before I finally drop those R clips back in. Ideally I'd like new ones, but again I ain't got any. So we'll work with what we've got. I might have some actually. I'm going to sort through my stash. Yeah. Give me 5 minutes, guys, because I need to quickly review the footage before I can get that back together. And what else was I going to do? Yeah, while I've been between sort of camera shots there, I have been popping back in and giving that a coat of primer, so that's fully primed now. We can get some black on that, and we will give that bracket another coat. Not that it needs it, but I will anyway while I've got it off. Right, that's it for the time being, guys. I don't know how much footage I've got, probably too much for one video, but we'll see. Anyway, bring you back when I'm got a bit more done. Cheers. Right, I think now would be an appropriate time to finish off. We'll continue putting this back together later today or maybe tomorrow. So yeah, forks are painted. Quite pleased with what I got done today actually. Caliper assembled properly. I had to go back and look at the video, but yeah, we've done that. Front wheel, that's still hard. Yeah, it still seems to be hard. Yeah, mudguard is painted. Probably got enough in the can to give that one more. That looks 10 times better than it did, so I don't care. You know, like, it's not perfection, not looking for perfection, so yeah, it's my bike. Do it my way. What else? I'm sure there was something else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the panels on the side panels I've got gloss black, and I've done this matte black. Not matte, it's satin black. I'll see how that looks. If it looks out of place, probably change it, but at the end of the day, the chain guard's matte black, the black mud guard on the back is matte black, indicator matte black. I don't think it'd look too bad in all fairness. So yeah, anyway, we'll finish this off probably tomorrow. That'll do for now. Thanks for watching. Bertie Bodgett signing off.